Hi, welcome back, guys. So today we have a new video. Today we're actually gonna be doing our first monthly budget for the month. This upcoming month, of course, is January, and it's year 2023. So we're gonna start off listing what we have this month, and then we can go ahead and break it down. I do get paid bi-weekly, so we are gonna be doing 2 paychecks as soon as I get them this month. So just based on my calendar where I have them noted down, I do have them on my phone, so I do have them laid out, all my payments and the days that I get paid. So on the pink, we do have the 2 dates that I do get paid for, and then on the yellow, it's all my bills that I have to pay as the month progresses. That way I don't have to forget. So I am going to be using this to kind of help me place what we have. So first off, we do have our income. Since I do get paid bi-weekly, this month there's going to be 2 paychecks. So we have paycheck number 1 and paycheck number 2. And according to the schedule, I will be getting paid on the 13th, and I have another check on the 27th. Let's go ahead and put in what we're expecting, so we'll see what we actually get paid from that. So I'm gonna make a prediction of what we'll actually need to cover on the first paycheck, and then what expenses I can cover with my second paycheck, and then we'll place our actual one once we get our checks. Besides our income, we're also gonna break down what we actually want to cover during this month. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with our 4 walls, which include transportation, food, a home, and then any other necessities that you need to continue living, like gas, heater, AC, whatever that might entail. My 4 walls can be different from your 4 walls, but we do start off with our main ones, and then I'm gonna put in any expenses that I need to pay just to continue having a good home for myself and my daughter. So our first thing that we need to pay is, of course, our rent, and I do pay $900 monthly. So I am gonna be breaking down into 2 paychecks. So I do like to save up to $400 on the first paycheck, and then $500 on the second one. The next thing that we have is, of course, groceries, and this will kind of be our test drive, just because I'm not sure how much to save up. I usually just put it on the card and then pay it, so I'm not sure how much it will be. So we're gonna guesstimate that I'll need 300, and I'm planning to split it up in 2 payments for each month, and then I'll split that into 2 per week in case I need to break it down even further. So I'm planning 300 for the month with 150 every 2 weeks, but this number might actually change in future reference, just because I'm not sure if this is too much or just right, or I need more. As we continue on our 4 walls, our next one is actually gasoline. So of course, transportation. I do work, so I do have to travel to and from work. I have to drop off my daughter at school. I'm gonna plan 120, and hopefully that's enough. The gas has actually calmed down. It's currently, I do have a gas station actually right next to our apartment complex, and it's actually at $3.69, which is the lowest that it's been with this whole inflation thing that's been going on. So hopefully I have been able to fill up my tank with like $35. So if I'm planning for $60 per paycheck, hopefully $30 per week should be enough, even if it's not a full tank. I think it will still get me by. So hopefully that is a good guesstimate on my behalf. If not, we'll see if I need to add in more, or if the prices go up, if I'm gonna be needing more than that. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. So we have our rent, we have our groceries, our gasoline. To keep the house going, I do pay for the gas. And I've actually never really paid attention to how much I pay, but on the last pay statement, it showed that I paid $47. So we'll find out if that's true. And we'll see if that number changes at all. So I have to pay the gas. Another thing is that in the bill, once we pay our rent, they actually charge us for water, trash, and all that good stuff. And then I was able to bundle up my internet with my rent. So I actually have to pay my water and internet with my rent if I want to, or I can pay them separately. And last month I paid $92. So I'm gonna go based on the last month's payment. I honestly don't pay any attention to it as well. I just try to get my rent in, and then whatever the difference is, I've never really actually paid attention to the number. I know the internet is 65, and then the water varies. So that's the price for last month. We're gonna see if it's gonna be an ongoing trend, or if we're gonna have to adjust this as we continue on. But at least these are my technically my 4 walls. Besides my 4 walls, I do have to apply other things that I need to be paying for, just because I feel like if I don't pay these, I wouldn't be able to continue on. So this I'm planning on continuing, just because it has been helping my credit. So I do consider this part of my 4 walls, that no matter what, I do have to pay this before I pay any debt off. So for Self, which is the app that I'm using to help my credit, I do have to pay a monthly $50. It's sort of like a CD, and then eventually they will give me the money back once the CD matures. So I do pay that monthly. It's helping my credit, and I do need to work on my credit. So besides that, another one that I considered that I cannot go on without paying is my investment for Acorns, another app. And I do pay $50 sort of for my daughter's college fund. So I consider that mandatory. If worst case scenario comes, of course, I would have to stop these 2 payments. But as of now, I've been consistent about not letting them go. I almost forgot about my phone bill. So my phone bill, the payment is actually $122. It's a little bit on the higher end, but I do have sort of like a contract with my ex-husband where I pay both of our phone bills, and he will cover the car insurance that I would have to pay. So I do own my car. I did buy it off the street. So I don't have to pay any car insurance, just because I do pay his phone bill. So we kind of just made it work that way for us. So he takes care of the car insurance, where I don't have to worry about that, and then I just pay for his portion of the phone bill. Or else I would have a car insurance and then a lesser bill for the phone. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, I do have my U-Haul, and I do pay around $80. It's like 78, 79, so I'm just gonna round it up to 80. monthly just to keep it. I'm planning on trying to get rid of stuff or selling stuff. So I know I don't need this, but I don't have the room for the items that I have in the storage. So I need to figure out a way if eventually I can get this removed, so I don't have to be paying this every month. I can easily figure out another way. The other expense that I have, I consider these two necessities just because I honestly love Netflix. So whenever I have any free time, I always have it in the background. And then Disney Plus, I do have a very small child, so Princesses, Moana, Frozen, they're on replay every day at any time. So I do consider these necessities just to save myself some headaches. So I do pay $10 for a Disney Plus account, and then on Netflix I pay $20 a month as well. So for now, I think these are considered my 4 walls. Let's go ahead and do the total for that one. Let me go ahead and zoom you back out. So we have 900 for my rent, 300 for groceries, 120 for gasoline, 47 for gas, 92. Wait, did I add it in? Yep. For internet, and then we have 100 with the cell phone, the acorns, 122 for the phone bill, 80 plus 20 is 100, so let's add 100, and then plus 10. Okay, so monthly I should make $17.91 to cover at least my 4 walls, and then anything that I have left over would be used to pay off my minimum payments on my credit cards, and whatever I have left from that, then I'm planning on filling up my sinking funds. So that is the plan. So besides my 4 walls, of course, I do have payments that I need to pay. So I should be paying for my debt. So I'm gonna go ahead and place it down here. So I'm gonna put in debt or bills or whatever you want to call it. So like I mentioned on our tracker, I do have a student loan from the school I went to, which was UEI. I still have a balance of $70, and before I used to be paying 125. So this is actually a really good amount in comparison. Let me just go ahead and put in 125 as a reminder of what the payments. I paid off over $3,000 for the loan. So the way that my school was covered was like 16 grand and some change. The FAFSA student loans, I got 2 of them with Moella, which I haven't even touched as of now, but they did cover 305,000 plus 600, so it's 9,500 with those 2 loans. And then the school gave me another loan to cover like uniforms, the candle that they gave me, and I don't know what else nonsense they charged me for, but it was a little bit over 3 grand, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pay this off next paycheck, so I'm really happy about that. So all those $125 that I had been already I can start investing that into another and snowball it into another item that needs to be taken care of and paid off. So besides my student loan UEI, I do have a balance on my Bank of America credit card. Minimum payment is $35. We have our Capital One, and I'm gonna call this one our regular card. So that's the first one that they gave me a minimum payment of $50. We continue on with our Capital One, so we have the Capital Threes. we have our silver card, which has the highest limit, and that one's $50. And then our third one is our Capital One Walmart, which I like to use for groceries. It usually is $50. It currently doesn't have a balance, so that's really nice. So hopefully this one, once I start paying everything off, I still want to budget for it in case I need to pay for it. But if not, right now it currently doesn't have a balance, so I'm just gonna be trying to use it for my groceries and then pay it off with my grocery money. So at least that's the plan on that one, but I will note it down in case something happens and I have to budget for it. I'm set for it. Our upcoming one, we also have our lending club loan, so that's $200 that I get out of my paycheck every month. And that's just to pay off my personal loan that I got to oh my god, I was practicing this word, to consolidate my debt. So that's $200, and then we have our 2 credit ones, and I have them just separate based on the color of the card. So we have my blue card and my black card, and they all have a minimum payment of $35. Okay, we have our last credit card, which is my Apple credit card. On this one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing this minimum payment. It does show on my app I have to pay $300. If I pay anything less, it is gonna make some interest. So depending on how much I cover in this portion, and then I can try to cover this much. This amount, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pay, because I feel like it's, I don't think this should be a minimum payment, but it is pretty so I'm planning, I think I'm gonna be paying less than the $300, but we'll see as we start seeing how much we actually get on our check. And then I do have my Moella student loans. I'm currently not paying any of them just because they are in deferment, so I'm not sure once I pay off this one if I should just start paying $125 to this one, or just hold off on it, wait until June, and then start paying it off at that time. I'm kind of leaning towards that idea better, just to give me a chance to pay off these, and then once I start paying this one, hopefully some of these accounts have been closed and they don't have a balance. So on this one, I'm gonna put an asterisk because I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking of just moving this balance and just continue the $125 every month and just do it in this one to save it up. But I'm like, why would I be saving money when I can just be paying off debt to avoid any interest? So I'm kind of thinking I'm still gonna hold off on my student loans because there are 2 of them. But either way, this one is optional. We'll see how much we actually end up getting paid. So I think those are all my debts. Okay, let's see. For a monthly payment, let's see how much I actually have to pay. So let's get our calculator again. So we're gonna do $70 because that's what I actually have to pay, plus 35 plus 50, 50, 50, that's 150, plus 200, and we have 35, 35, so plus 35, plus 35, and we have 300. Should I include this? Let's include it for this check or this month and see if it's something I'm able to budget for. If not, then I'm just gonna hold off and wait until June once I actually have to make payments. So my grand total is $950. So for my paychecks, I do have to make enough to cover my four walls and then pay some of my debt. So what I'm gonna put down is what I need to make. I'm gonna see something. So what I actually wanna include as well is and this is being like super positive if this actually happens. If I actually make enough to pay my four walls and then my debt, and I still have something left over, I do want to start saving up some money for my sinking funds. So I kind of wanna get those started if there is. If not, then of course we can just continue with our snowball and get these paid off. Just because I do have some upcoming payments that I do want them to get taken care of, and the main one, I'm gonna go based on priority just so you guys are not like surprised of why I'm trying to save up money for them. So I do have one sinking fund that I would like to get done, and it's for my PO box. So I do have a PO box and I pay it yearly. Usually it's about $100 for the whole year, so I don't have to worry about doing a payment every month. So I do like to just pay it off yearly. It's gonna be due in January, February. It's gonna be due in March. So in March, I should have about $100. So I would like to save $25 if I can. My next sinking fund that I would like to save for, based on priority, I do have a vacation spring break. I'm planning to go to Mexico, so if there's any leftover money, ideally, I would like to save, let's be very optimistic and put in $80. Just because I'm planning on breaking these into 40 increments, so it would be 40 in one paycheck, 40 on the other. This one I can do monthly because I still have a couple months to get that taken care of. And I know I need a lot of spare change just to get that spring break vacation. Let's put vacay. Our third sinking fund that I have is actually gonna be for May. And I'm planning to go to Disneyland to celebrate my daughter's birthday. So she is officially old enough to know what Disneyland is all about. So I do want to treat her to that one, as she is more aware of what it means to go to Disneyland. I've been holding off going there just because I want her to get older to appreciate Disneyland. And I think she gets it now. So I do want to save up for her birthday, and it is gonna be in May. So ideally, I would like to save $80, and again, every paycheck they would be $40 if there's any spare change. I know this is like super idealistic, but I do want to save up for these sinking funds because I know they're coming up very soon. And then I do have another vacation coming up that I'm also planning to go back to Mexico. It's gonna be for 2 weeks. It's gonna be in July, and this one, since it is in July, I am trying to save up for it, but I don't feel too much of a pressure to get that one taken care of right away. So we can do $25 a month if possible. I want to create a fund for birthdays just in case there's a birthday coming up. There is a few family members that I do try to get them something, so I'll try $15 a month if possible. And then I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to start funding any of these But ideally, eventually, once this starts going and taken care of and hopefully closed, I can just focus on doing my sinking funds and my four walls. And then eventually I do want to start any other savings for like a home, since I do rent. And I can restart my other investing apps that I put on pause currently, which was my Credit Karma and my other accounts inside Acorns that I was doing. So right now I only have the one for my daughter's college fund, but I also had one for my retirement. So I would like to restart those back again at some point. And I have another one. This one I've seen it in other videos, so I think it's common sense to actually have one for car maintenance. It would contain if there's anything. So since I do own my car, it does need, you know, some maintenance every here and there. $40, yeah. And then we can do it in 2 checks, so it could be 20 on each one. And then lastly, eventually, this is the least amount of priority, just because I do have a full year to save up for it. But I would like a Christmas sinking fund just to have money to get some presents for the kiddos, my brother, my cousins. They've really helped me out and I always like to appreciate them back again with whatever I can give them whenever I can. So ideally, my checks should cover my 4 walls, my debt, and then we also have our sinking funds. Let's go ahead and make a total of that one too, just so we know how much we actually need. Let me go ahead and have my face scanned in. Okay. So you guys can see me all right. Okay, so we have 25 plus 80 plus another 80, 25, 15, 40 plus 30. Well, almost $300 in sinking funds, ideally. So if we were to add all of this up, so for sure, I want to get an amount of what this would take. And let's see. Ideally, this is what we should have. I'm just gonna add up this. Well, actually, I mean, yes, I do need to pay this, and then I'll just divide it in 2 and see how that actually falls. I know on my first paycheck, it does have the heaviest, where most of my bills are due, and then the second check usually has the least amount. But let's see how much I should. I'm gonna add them all up and then divide them by 2 paychecks and see how much, at least for my expectation, and then we'll find out how much I actually got paid. So let's do $17.91 plus $9.50. So we're gonna do our 4 walls, which is $17.91, and then we have our debt, which is $9.50. I should make $27.41. Oh, that's almost $3,000. I feel like my paychecks are always less than $1,100. That's barely $2,200. Ooh, it could be this one that's totally messing me up, and then I have this optional one. So there is ways that I can cut them, and then of course I might be too generous here, so we're gonna find out if that's even a good number. But to cover my necessities, I should make $271. Whoa, okay. um, and then if there's any extra, of course, it would cover any sinking funds, but ideally, I think this is where the number I'm gonna plan for. At least for this month, we'll divide it by 2, and I should get at least okay, with 50 cents, 13.70 with 50 cents per check to cover at least these 2, and then the let's find out how much it would be with our sinking funds. 295. Whoa. Okay, so plus sinking funds, which I don't think that's gonna happen now. I should have ideally, go ahead and erase that. With sinking funds, I don't think this is an ideal number for me, so I don't think that's actually gonna happen. We're gonna find out if this is even a realistic number for me. But yeah, so at least that's our monthly budget. This is what I'm expecting for, so we'll make another video for the 13th and find out how much we made, and we can actually start seeing if I can actually afford all of this. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on our on my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.